Yo, what's up guys? My name's Holden and today I have another video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about how to have more success with girls and why most guys fail with this already. So the first thing I want to explain to you guys is that girls' brains work a lot differently than guys' brains. And a lot of guys don't know this. They think that their brain is exactly how a girl's brain works. It's going to basically anything that you think is going to work and attract them in the same way that it would attract you. But in reality, that's not how this works at all. So with girls' brains, it's a little bit different than guys' brains because they run on emotions and they run off feeling. They're very presently and emotionally based creatures instead of how men like to logically and reasonably define things into like sections. So instead of running off logic and reason like a lot of men do, their natural state is to be run through their emotions and their feelings, which isn't a bad thing in any way. It's actually more caring as a human than how guys think. Guys' conscious minds are they like to try and penetrate reality. They're always trying to seek things and trying to change it, trying to make an understandable picture of it in their own mind. And a lot of times guys try to attract a girl by just showing her that he can check off all of the things that a man should be. So a lot of the time a guy tries to attract a girl by trying to check off all the boxes of what he thinks an ideal man should be, and that's what will attract a girl into his life. But honestly, this isn't how it works, because what you're doing is you're basically saying that you are not enough and that she should be looking for someone that already thinks that they're enough, that's not trying to be someone else. Because when you're trying to be someone else, you're not being authentic to your identity, and girls can pick up on this very easily. They work more with the subconscious mind than men do, because the guys are always consciously trying to like look at things in a logical and understandable way instead of trying to pick up all the little subconscious subliminal messagings that girls and guys try to give off during conversation. So a lot of the times when I see guys, they try to go up and talk to girls, they usually try to have like a rehearsed script in their head, and this is like the biggest way to fail with girls. If you come up and you're trying to say everything 100% perfectly and trying to remember like a script or like something like that, it's so unauthentic that girls will pick up on this almost instantly and probably just reject you immediately. So a lot of the time guys will try to be that ideal version that they think is what a guy should be, and that's not usually what girls are actually looking for, like this super like heroic, handsome, nice guy. That's not really what girls are usually looking for. Some of them will look for that type. Just as a generalization of women, they really aren't looking for that heroic, nice guy that's gonna just pay all their bills and basically sweep them off their feet. So don't get discouraged if this is what you've been doing and you probably could see that this isn't working to attract women into your life. The way that I look at it is that you shouldn't have to have a rehearsed script. You should basically do all these things authentic. And what I mean by that is you have to be the one to, in that moment, come up with what you want to say. You shouldn't be reading off of something or listening to what like a bunch of these douchebag guys will tell you to say, which is basically like, oh, I get so many girls and you should be my girlfriend because I'm macho. And it never actually works, because they're just the type of girls that they're going after are probably going to be a lot different than the type of girls that you're going after if you want like an actually good girlfriend. That's what this video will be about. So if you're looking for a genuinely good girl that probably won't cheat on you and probably won't just be like a complete menace for your life, I suggest not reading off of a script and not trying to remember things that some douchebag on YouTube tells you to do. Except for this video, everyone listen to everything I say, do what I say. Don't listen to all those other douchebags. But because what I'm telling you to do is actually just be yourself and to be your authentic version of yourself, instead of trying to create this fake identity for yourself that girls, they'll really just pick up on almost immediately and see that you're not being manly at all, because that's not what true values of a man should be. You shouldn't be trying to be like another man. That's not how it works. So you have to understand that girls can pick up on these little subconscious meanings that you're trying to, maybe not even trying to, but that you're putting off, because they're very good at picking up on energetic and emotional things instead of just like what's on the surface. Because guys think that if I can remember a script, I can remember what to say and how to dress a certain way and look a certain way and even approach a girl a certain way, then that's going to work for 95% or more of the girls that they try to talk to. But in reality, this is just going to only probably get you about 10% maybe of the girls that you talk to, because you're not gonna, first of all, even if you get their number, they're probably not gonna want to talk to you for very long, because they're gonna realize that you're just saying the same dumb shit that you learned through some script or some fake motivational speaker that tried to just give out some douchebag advice so that you could get girls. So they can really cut through and see who you are as a person and what your subconscious is putting off, rather than just what you were trying to express on the surface level. So anyways, like I was saying, they can see what you are subconsciously putting off. They're not just taking what you're putting off as a surface level, because a lot of times guys think, because we are very visual creatures, we like to see what's on the surface and we basically take it as that. They always are looking to like the deeper meaning. They're always trying to figure out like who you really are and what your real intentions are. So basically, if you're trying to attract more women into your life, you shouldn't be trying to just act like a douchebag, because that might get you laid, or it might get you 10% of the girls that you try to talk to. But if you're really trying to find like a really good girlfriend, you're trying to find someone that will like match with you and that will actually help you grow in your life as a man, then you definitely shouldn't be trying to just get girls for sex. That's not how the world works, basically. So instead, and this is something that a lot of guys don't know at all, this is probably the biggest reason why most guys fail when talking to girls, is that their brain is actually not in the right state of consciousness to be talking to girls. Now, what do I mean by this? The most common brainwave activity is in the beta wavelength of brain activity. Now, what does this mean? It means your mind is very hyperactive and it's very anxious to a degree. At least your subconscious is operating very anxiously, because you're constantly thinking, you're constantly trying to dissect it, if it's in a scientific or logical or reasonable way. It's very left-brained, and it keeps you in a slower vibration and a slower wavelength in what you're actually emanating out. And a lot of guys don't even know this, that when they approach a girl, and if they're in the beta wavelength brainwave activity, you basically already lost that girl, no matter what you say or what you're trying to do, because they can look right past your words and right past what your intentions are and basically see just right to what your energetic level is at. And if your energetic level is not in the same brainwave activity that they would find attractive, then their brain is automatically going to tell them that you are not an attractive man. And it's really simple, you guys. This is like brain chemistry and science and all that mixed together. But what I'm basically saying is that the more that you get into the alpha and theta wave brainwave activity, it will be a lot easier to talk to and to attract girls, because when you're in these brainwave activities, you're not trying to dissect or figure that girl out, or trying to you're not talking to them and thinking about sex in your head, or you're not talking to them and thinking about how you want them to be your girlfriend so bad, because what you're doing is you're actually changing the vibration that you're giving off. They will pick up on that a lot more than if you're in a different state of brainwave activity. So the beta range is below conscious, and it's below being self-aware and self-actualized. So a lot of the time that girls will be approached by guys that are thinking and overthinking and trying to remember this script and trying to think of how they're gonna make it work and how they're gonna say the perfect thing in every situation, then a lot of the times you won't have any success with trying to attract someone that you like. But then you see a lot of the times the guys that come up confident in themselves, and a lot of the times when they come up not trying to just only attract them for one thing, or not trying to even attract them at all, just trying to share a moment with someone, can be a lot more powerful than trying to attract them or trying to like capture them. So yeah, instead of trying to just capture someone's attention and trying to capture someone's attraction in that way, and trying to overthink it and trying to have it scripted and all that, I suggest that you guys actually start to meditate and change your perspective on how you look at attracting girls. Try to attract them instead of forcefully bringing them into your life almost just share a moment with them and almost just talk to them as if they were normal people. Doesn't even matter if they're like the hottest girl you ever seen. Just talk to them like a normal person, and you will see that that will give them more respect of you in their mind. So instead of trying to just be a douchebag and say all these like shitty remembered pickup lines, just maybe talk about how cool you are or how cool you think that they are, and start asking them about their day, start asking them about where they go to school, what they like to study, what are some of their interests and hobbies. Because if you're actually trying to figure someone out, they're going to be a lot more attracted to you because they're actually seeing that you're putting in the effort to try and figure out like their whole story before you just are attracted by them at surface value. And if you show them you're not just worried about surface value, then a lot of girls are going to be more inclined to like you over some douchebag that just looks at how hot girls are, because he's just going to leave them and go to a different girl. So yeah, that's basically all the time I have for today. I just wanted to make a little video to give a few tips out. I'll be making more videos like this. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, share it, and I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day.